Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are making a special spinach soup and I'm going to be introducing the ingredients one after the other. First we're going to have tomatoes, peppers and onions, and we'll wash them thoroughly and blend them together. And we also have locust beans, also known as RIRO. I'm going to be washing mine, soak it first with hot water in order to destone it, and then wash thoroughly under a running tap in a sieve. This is to make it clean and to avoid eating sand when you're eating. And then also have the onions. I have my spinach, and for the spinach I have to wash it thoroughly to get rid of the sand also, because it becomes more difficult to wash after it has been cut. And the best way to get rid of the sand is by washing thoroughly before cutting. And then I cut my spinach, and then it is also important to note that to prevent the loss of nutrients, this has to be washed first before being cut. And after cutting, you set it aside, and then you have the locust beans, which is ready. The onions is also ready. Put them together in the blender and blend and set aside also. Then you prepare your protein, whichever one you're using. That fish, I have my shaki, I have a dry fish, I have a fresh stock fish, you have the beef, I also have some seafood, and this is also optional. And then put everything together in a pot, season thoroughly to your taste and bring to boil. Add the desired quantity of oil into your pot, allow it to heat up a little, and then you pour in the locust beans and onions that has been blended. Allow it to simmer a little while stirring from time to time. And when you see that the aroma has saturated everywhere, you allow it to simmer for about 2 minutes. And for those who do not eat or add locust beans to their own delicacies, it is optional. You can just add your onion or blended onions and crayfish straight away. And then after it has simmered for about 2 minutes, then you can begin to pour in your tomatoes, your blended tomatoes, onions and pepper, and then you stir together. Just stir the mixture, make sure it's is well mixed together. And then after mixing everything together, you can cover the pots and then allow it to cook for about 3 minutes. And after 3 minutes, when you open it, then it is time for you to begin to pour in your protein. And then when putting in your protein, then you have to start with the toughest one, like the beef. Add your meat stock, and then after adding your meat stock, you taste it so that you know the quantity or the amount of seasoning cube and a little salt to taste. Stir it together afterwards. Allow it to cook for a few minutes so that the protein can release their juices into the stew. Now, as you can see, my fish is coming in last because I don't want it to break. And then I'll cook for another 2 minutes. Then we get our spinach, which has been washed thoroughly, and then it's time to let it go into the soup. Pour it in and stir, and then because it's vegetables, you wouldn't allow it to stay for too long, so you're just going to leave it for 2 minutes, and then our spinach stew is ready. Ensure that you do not add too much water into the soup while cooking it, because the spinach itself, by the time you add it to the stew, the water is going to increase. As spinach stew is ready. So instead of having the normal usual stew, you can serve it with your rice, and you are good to go. Thank you. Please like and subscribe to our channel.